We're at the 5th Annual Indie Wine Festival in Northwest Portland, complete with tasty foods and 40 of the best indie wineries around. Lisa is the event founder. 5 years now. Happy 5-year anniversary.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers to you. I don't have a glass of wine yet.
Where's your wine?
We just got here.
Come on, John.
So you're going to tell us where we need to go.
With the program.
What is the program?
Well, you were part of our beginning program 5 years ago. Thank you for still being part of the Indie Story.
Absolutely.
But we're here to discover the best artisanal wines in Oregon. So we do a judging every March. We have 12 professional judges, sommeliers, chefs, media, winemakers join us. And we tasted 194 wines this year.
Yeah, but this is a great facility. Where are we?
Isn't this great? We're at the Portland Wine Project, a brand new project by 2 indie winemaker alums, John Groschau and Athena and Stuart Bodecker. So Bodecker Cellar and GC Wines.
What is an indie wine? You mentioned that these guys are John's an indie wine alum. What does that mean?
Yes.
What's an indie wine?
An indie wine is a winery that makes 2,500 cases or fewer for the current vintage.
Okay.
So once you make more than that, you've outgrown the Indie Wine Festival. You'll always be part of the history, but you're launched, as they say.
Well, we're going to go talk to John.
Yes.
Find out about his wine and some other wineries. I have some earmarked. We've got a great festival. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
We'll catch up with you later.
Cheers. See you next year.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay, John, you are what Lisa refers to as an indie wine alum. So that means you make more than 2,500 cases now?
Just barely, yes. About 3,000 cases a year now.
No. So you've been involved in the Indie Wine Festival since the start?
Well, unfortunately I missed the first year because while I thought I was going to be in, I wasn't sure, but I ran out of wine. So I had to drop out before I even knew if I was in. But the second, third, and fourth year I was in, and then this year, of course, I'm a little too big. So
how has it been for you being a part of the Indie Wine Festival? And what does an event like this mean to the industry?
It means getting the hardest part about having a small business is actually having a venue to get your name in front of people. Usually you're going to stores and restaurants and trying to sell your wine. Sure. But it's hard to get to meet with the customers face to face so they can put a face with the wine, hear the story, and taste the product.
Stuart, you win the award for coming from the furthest distance to come to the Indie Wine Festival. You're from Washington, D.C.?
I'm from Washington, D.C., originally from Jamaica, but have been working in Washington for the past few years.
So what do you do in Washington?
I'm a physician. Didn't realize there'd be so many different wineries here in Oregon.
That's surprising, isn't it?
It is.
It's a great wine country. Welcome to Portland. I hope you get out to wine country then while you're here.
Unfortunately, I'm leaving tomorrow, but it's been great just to meet the actual winemakers with their wineries, hear their stories, how they got involved in it, and it's really been educational for me. I don't know that much about wine, but really hope to learn a lot more.
Well, we're glad you came. Welcome to Portland.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. So congratulations. You guys are one of the 40 wineries selected today. What was the process like for you guys?
Well, it was relatively simple. We sent our wine in, and apparently they liked it.
Obviously they liked it.
We're 8 miles outside of the town of Yamhill.
So what do you make, and why do people dig it?
Right now we're pouring our 2006 Syrah. It's made in Amity, which is where I work, and then the fruit is actually from California, so it's a little bit different than most of the wines here.
Now, I read that you have farm dinners. Ask us about our next farm dinner.
Oh.
Tell us about that.
So it's something we're just starting. We've invited people to come out. The cost of dinner for a couple is to purchase a case of wine. And then you get to sit at our table, you get a farm tour before the dinner, and then Brian makes you dinner with food that we grow on our farm.
What a wonderful experience.